Good morning, everyone. It is October the 17th, 2016. Time to kick off another trading day, trading week. Friday's news was dominated by Yellen's comments that the Fed could start steepening the yield curve, just as the Bank of Japan has alluded to or stated that they're going to do. It's hard to say exactly, but as opposed to buying more treasuries, bringing them in, they could focus on rolling over what they own as it matures and taking that money and putting it into the short end. So the markets took that as the Fed's policy would be mirroring Japan's in the not so distant future, sell treasuries. The 10-year is benefiting from the knob spread. The knob spread as little as 2 weeks ago was trading at 36, 37 plus, close to 38, and now it's at 33.17. So it's off about 3.5 points, and most of that's come out of the 30-year. It's not come out of the 10-year. I expect that to continue. So when we look at this market, we've got a seller above a 30.04. And we definitely have a buyer below 29.20, and that's likely to hold this morning. We do have news: Empire State Manufacturing Survey +1 can come in less than forecast. IP I've seen +0.2 to +0.4, so +0.3. Capacity utilization 75.6, pretty much unchanged. So the news focus will be industrial production, followed by the direction of the E-mini, in my opinion. So first sell is 31 to 03, 7 to 11 for sell 2. First buy is 20 to 24, followed by 13 to 17. Looking at the 30-year, we've got this spill right here at 19, so first resistance is going to be 16 to 20. 23.27, sell 1. 03 to 07, sell 2. First band of support is going to be 63, 63.04. 25.29 buy 1. Actually, let's make the first band of support is going to be could be as high as 8. So let's make it 4 to 8 for number 1, and buying 29s to 01s for buy 1. And 17s to 22s for buy 2. 17 to 21. Gold was really quiet when I looked at it this morning, not much going on. A lot of the markets were pretty close to unchanged this morning when I looked at them. Very, very tight range. In gold, definitely rejected prices below 48. So we have a buyer against 50. So 50, 52, we have news that's going to drive the trading, industrial production. My guess is that number could come in lower than forecast. And 44.46 for buy 2. 58 to 60, sell 1. 64, 66, sell 2. And you can tell just looking at the screen right here, we are in a trading range. Now, as we get closer to the election, another thing that might influence the markets is we don't know who's going to win the election. They'll remember Brexit, where, up until the the election was held, they had like a 5-point advantage for not leaving the British, the EU, and so we have that uncertainty here. Most everybody thinks Hillary's going to get it. The press's play has just been absolutely superb for keeping the lack of Hillary's accomplishments and her WikiLeaks off the front page. It's all this salacious stuff, and most of it looks like pretty trumped up. Not to use a pun right there, but looks fabricated. Looks pretty iffy. But that's all anybody will talk about. So you won't get to talk about immigration, trade, crimes, etc. And the press is really good at this. And then, so right now the feeling is that Hillary's probably 4 or 5 points ahead with most polls. There's 2 of them that say that she's tied or behind a little bit, but it's going to take. So the election might freeze the markets here a little bit. Okay, the euro's down. Draghi speaks today at 1:35 Eastern Time. Fisher speaks at 12:15. So we've got 2 potential news spikes coming over lunch. We are at resistance, so 30 to 40, sell 1. 50 to 60, sell 2. On the buy side, the buck. And 9.75 for buy 2. If the industrial production number comes in higher than forecast, say at plus 0.4, plus 0.5, the euro should sell. If it comes in at plus 1, plus 2, I imagine the euro will rally. Okay, we roll to the crude contract, December contract tomorrow. Expiration is on the 20th. I would guess the market's probably short into expiration, so I think the tendency just based on expiration by itself would be to rally the market. Pretty good resistance at 51.25, 51.50. You can see it maybe 51.10 right in here. And pretty good support against 49.50. So 49.50 to 51.50 at $2 range is where we are right now. My guess is that probably will hold. Looks like we're trying to trade higher, so 50.75, 51 even, sell 1. Basically selling against the buck. 51.25, 51.50, sell 2. On the buy side, 50 even, 50.25, buy 1. Then 49.50, 49.75, buy 2. And to the ES. Okay, you can see the bottom of the trading range is this 21.15 area. The top of the trading range is 21.65, 75. So basically a 50 point trading range. Right now, pretty clean break in the market in this 37 area. There, 37.50. So trading range looks like it's trying to sell. So we're going to have resistance against 30. getting stops above the Globex high would be what my guess would be the market's going to try to do. So 29 to 31, sell 1. 34, 36, sell 2. Empire Manufacturing Survey, Empire State, +1. IP, +0.3. Capacity utilization, no one pays any attention to, 75.6, basically unchanged from last month, which was 75.5. Focus will be industrial production. First reaction is going to be to the Empire State because it's the first piece of news. Buy number 1, I got 15 to 20 as support, so 21 to 19 buy 1. And then 16 to 14 by 2. And again, it's looking at, what's the election now? 3 weeks away? It's that could hold the market in check too. There's the FOMC the first part of November that the Cleveland Fed governor said we could raise interest rates at. I don't think anybody believes that, but definitely December, where the market's got about 60, depending on the day that you read, it's 60%, sometimes as high as 70% probability that the Fed will raise rates in December. And that would fit their style. It's what they did last year. Mix all the clatter and noise about when and if they would raise things. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible.